Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, Paul.
Hello, long time no speak.
Yes, I guess what? I had the bank on the phone saying your card's been, and I said no. No. First of all, they left a message saying we want to talk to you. Then I phoned back and said I need to respond. I want to talk to somebody. We don't understand what you want. No, I. In the end, I ended up phoning them, telling them about it, saying how annoyed I was, and they said, "Oh well, we'll give you a £40 bonus or
That's all right.
£40, you know, fee, not a fee, an award."
Yeah.
Yeah. So they went through all the rigmarole. The machine goes through. It picks up. It picked five random things. It picked up the $11. It picked up the $1. Um, and it picked up three others, and I had to confirm that all of these had been made by me. And what a bloody rigmarole!
Well, the good news is that the drinks are on Malcolm. He's just got 40 quid out of nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
How are we all?
But, so what I'll try and do this afternoon is I'll try and use that link that Kirsty sent me to see what will happen.
See what's what. Okie dokie. Right, so ladies and gentlemen, we will look at I don't know what to do. I'm really trying to get dialed in on this scalping thing. Is Anne on? No, I sent Anne something on Friday night, I think it was, or even over the weekend, that looked really good, and now looked again this morning. It looks rubbish. Oh, shit. That's the nature of back testing, isn't it? And
Oh, would you, if you've got a minute today, and it may be basic, and I hope it's not, for upsetting other people, but when you actually enter a trade in an MT4,
Mhm.
I mean, do you go to the 2 minute chart, the 1 minute chart, and then do you? I'm still confused. I have to sort of, go in and sort of say, oh, the price is 1.22, and then by the time you've got the trade manager and all these sort of things sorted and had a look at the stop loss, the price has changed.
Well, okay. I'll try and cover that, or I'll jump on separately with you. I'll see.
Okay.
Right. MT. How long you been here? MT4. You thought you should have put enough trades on by now, I'd hope. So
I have, yes, but
we'll iron out what it is and see what we can do.
yeah,
I'd just like to
I
say
put a lot of trades on, but
just like to say to Malcolm, I put a video in Friday covering everything to do with MT4. It's even got it's a 10-minute long video, and it's got it all marked out. You just follow the minute which particular bit you want to see, and then you just follow the video, the MT4 tutorial.
There you go.
where's that, David?
Tutorial.
It's in Discord.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Go
Yeah.
into resources. We added it in. I think David put it in was Thursday or Friday last week.
Yeah.
As I told you, Paul, I've been out of circulation.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But that's there anyway. But we'll see where we end up with that. So what do you want to do first? Do you want to do the normal looking at the scanner and then do scalping, or do you just want to focus on scalping for a whole hour? What would you like to do?
I say focus on scalping.
Anyone else? The scanner stuff's pretty easy, isn't it? To be honest, I'll do one scanner thing then. I'll just do one, right? So people that aren't sure, whatever, want me to look at the charts, but I'll just do one. It's the same process for them all.
That was just my vote.
No, no one else voted though, did they? No one else said anything, Benny. They're all terribly shy around me. I think they find me attractive.
Not all of us, Paul. Is it possible to do the scalping, the 1 minute strategy? And can you say why we're using each of the indicators?
Yeah.
It's slightly struggling as to what each one is telling us.
Okay, I'll show you a way of finding that out as well on any indicator you put on in the future, hopefully. because most of them will tell you, but not all do. Right, and you'll see that will become apparent in a minute. So, can you all see my screen? I'm on the right one. Have I got my nude holiday photos up again?
Yes.
Cool. So, what we got in? So this one came in 11:39 a bit ago. GBP, JPY, USD, CHF. But check the news, especially if we're scalping in a minute. My FX book. Economic calendar. Medium. Right, so 1:30 when we normally get an issue, or with the who knows with the bloody time zones now. I'm meant to be speaking to Julie sometime this week. She gives me a time zone. I look at it in I look on 4 websites, Time Now, EDT, and I get 2 different answers over 4 websites. When we change the clocks for British summertime, it's a nightmare. Julie, what time is it there right now, please?
It is 08:08.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're 5 hours out.
5
5
hours.
hours.
Right, 9, so 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Yeah, it'd be 2 p.m. when we speak then. That's fine. I'll move it in my calendar. Otherwise, I'll go on at the wrong time. So, at the minute, what we got, nothing really till 3, which is good. Although it is the Monday after non-farm payroll. So that might make the market a bit funny from my experience. That's just my experience. So I'm not too worried. We'll put Canada down for 3 p.m. Right, so I'll run through the way I'm doing the straightforward forex at the minute. So let's pick this one because it was a bit earlier. GBP JPY. So if I go to GBP JPY, on the 1 hour time frame, there should be a scan because that's what that is telling me. And there is no scan, so that obviously moved on. It was at Euro GBP. And there should be a scan on the 1 hour. There it is. Beautiful one. So you check the scan, and of course we get the alerts in Discord thanks to the HOF. So we get the alerts put in here. Then you come to your scanner. So you come to your chart and you look on the 1 hour and you should be able to find the scan, which of course we can. Because I show it to you guys, I will generally mark it, but if I'm just trading myself, I don't bother. But there's my D point. So then we come down to the 5 minute. And what I'm waiting for is a wave up symbol on the 5 minute after the D point. Well, there's my D point and there's my wave up. So it's all good so far. Then what I do is I'm looking for some imbalance to the left of the wave up. And there isn't any. If you're not sure, you can always turn on or add FVG, Fair Value Gap, by Nephew Sam's the one I use. Others may be available. So if I put that on the 5 minute time frame, there's no fair value gap to the left. I prefer it to be to the left. All right, but there is a fair value gap there. So I will draw that out. And what you're waiting for is the price to pull away a little bit, come back. It can be fairly quick sometimes, but because this is 5 minutes, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes. You could have had 25 minutes. If you think that's close enough, you could have got in on any of those. So that top line there is my entry. So the idea is the price pulls away. There's my little drawing tool. The idea is the price pulls away, will come back. And if it's a buy, I'm looking for it to hit the top of the imbalance. And if it would be a sell, I'll be looking at it to pull away, come to the bottom of the imbalance and then come back down. Harry Potter scarf, yeah? What we always say, Harry Potter scarf. So I don't like this one so much because the imbalance isn't to the left, right? This one may work, may not have, right? So the idea would be now, from that point there, you could set a pending order. You all know what sort of pending order that would be? Who wants to tell me in chat? You can all answer it in chat to make sure you all get it right. How about that? If you're not sure, you need to go into Discord and you need to go and look in resources and you need to go and look at buy limit, sell limit. And you'll find it explained there. Then he's put buy, but what sort of buy order? In the interest of time, because I want to scalp, it's a buy limit. There we go. He's got it. He's got it. So now, if I was looking at this in like live, real life, as it were, well, obviously real life, I am real. But if I were looking at this and I was tempted to get in, because my Wadarata over there is starting to come up here, look, that turned green, which we're going to talk about when we scalp. If I had a thought, well, do you know what, that's close enough, I'll get in there, or it triggered me with spread, then my stop loss would go underneath the candle to the left of the imbalance. So if I mark these lines out for you, my entry is going to be the top of the imbalance. So that would be my entry. My stop loss, there's the gap. So look left of the gap, and it would go under that candle that created it takes 3 candles to make imbalance, because it has to create that gap, wick to wick. And the candle in the middle where the gap is, I'm looking for the candle to the left, and I'll put my stop loss there, which is 4 pips. Okay, that's okay. Generally say about 5, but if you want to make it 5, you just do that, wouldn't you? Just go underneath a little bit. And then would this give me 2%? That would give me 2% there, look. So I know my entry, I know my stop loss. I don't have to be there and jump in fast and press the buttons quick or anything. I can set a pending order and walk away. 3 things will happen. It will lose, it won't trigger, so I don't win and I don't lose, or it will trigger and it will go on and it will give me 2%. And that would have given me 2% if I was around watching it. But like I say, not a perfect one for me, because I prefer the imbalance to be to the left. But very, very quickly go and get an old one. CAD JPY may well have triggered. Look, if I go CAD JPY on the 1 hour, find the scan. Was it auto harmonic pattern extreme? It's thinking, it's trying to work it out. It's got the processing power of a ZX81. Taking its time, taking its time. There you go. So there's my D point. That looks like it's going to be more than 80, so I won't bother measuring it just in the interest of speed. Put down to the 5 minute. There's my D point there. So there's my wave down. Is there any imbalance to the left of my wave down? Nope. There's another wave down. Is there any imbalance to the left of my wave down in a sell direction?
Just as a pointer, Paul, the last one, Euro GBP, I had imbalance after the wave up because my settings are different. So maybe if you reiterate what your settings are before you.
Well, I have no settings for imbalance. I'll go back to it in a minute.
For your straightforward forex, for the wave up and the wave down.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, my wave up. Sorry. Yeah, I get you now. I was thinking fair value gap is a fair value gap. Right. But this one here, this looks like if you'd have taken it, you might well have lost, but I wouldn't have taken it because there's no imbalance there and there's no imbalance there. My setting on straightforward forex should be 13, but I think maybe it revert. No, there's 13 on that one. And I've got my enable wave double smoothing ticked. The 1. What are you on, David?
Yeah, I'm on 13.
Have you got the double smoothing ticked?
And wave double smoothing's on 10.
Okay. Well, that's why. I mean, they're all going to give us pretty much the same. But if I put this to 10. Not going to pull me back one. Well, if I put that to 10, it actually moves it over there, but there's my imbalance, and it still didn't quite trigger anyway. But my settings generally at the minute on this, I've got 13 is the main one, and I'll either have that unticked, the enable wave double smoothing. I might untick that one. Okay, in which case my wave up is still on the same candle anyway, and there's no imbalance to the left. If you don't have the double smoothing ticked on, it gives you the most immediate entry. Gives you the most immediate one, but always trying to smooth it out. If you want a definitive, I keep getting to write this new way of doing it up with the fair value gap. So I'll pick a definitive setting. I'll put that in, but it's personal choice at the end of the day. It still didn't. I mean, it's a fraction of a pip. Whether I'd have got in or not, I don't know. But it's best as I can measure it. Look, 0.2 of the pip. With spread, you may well have got in, and there's your 2%. So it'd be interesting to see what happens with this one. But has anybody got any questions on that way of doing it? There's an old one, GBP JP1. Going to give me a scan, and then we'll scalp. Has anybody got any questions on this before I move on? Scan. You're all shouting, aren't you? Just get on with it, Turner. Move on. See it, check it. 1 hour. No, it's not showing a scan. Oh, it's not showing a scan now, but obviously there was one there and there was one there. If I just mark that out, up to the 5 minute. There's my D. Wave up, any imbalance to the left? No. Wave up, any imbalance to the left? Yes, here. So at that point, I can set a pending order. Entry, that line there, because I'm expecting the price to pull away and come back to the top. Stop loss, 3 candles making balance. Well, there's the one with the gap. So I'll go to the left, the bottom of that one. There's my stop loss. And then I want to get 2%. So long position, I enter there. My stop loss goes there. It's 7 pips. That's fine. 2% is there. Pending order again, buy limit. So I don't have to be there when it enters, and it enters on Monday the 30th at 9:05 at night. And that spike comes down. And if I just slide that across, look, you can see we easily did our 2%, and I would have been, I don't know, that time of night. I don't know what I'd be doing, but I wouldn't be on the chart, and that's the fact. And that's why I like this, because the old way of doing it, you had to wait for the wave up, and you would have lost that one there. You would have won that one, and you would have won it sooner, but you had to be there at 10 to 6 of an evening. That's when I'm cooking dinner. So there you go. That's why we do it, pending order. I'm going to get, when I get a chance, I'll get this as a fresh training, but it's just what we've been doing, and the training that you've got in there in Discord, the only difference is waiting for the fair value gap now. And if you watch the silver bullet that Mr. Khan introduced to us, dead easy. Right, scalpy. So I'm trying to do away with all of that underneath. And I'm trying to do away with that. And I'm even trying to do away with that. So something that I've been looking at, I'll share it with you. And then we'll see where we go. I've gone back, this is Euro US dollar, and I've gone back in time to the 26th of October. And the theory that I'm trying to test is this. When the Hull moving average crosses the Hull sweet, the ribbon. So the Hull sweet is on 55. And the Hull MA, the Hull moving average, is on at the minute 100. And I was testing, believe it or not, 175, and I got some great results last week putting this on 175, but I've got it on 100 at the minute, and we can compare and have a look. The good thing is, if I go and set an alert, don't worry if you don't get this, I'll go over it again later. If I want to add an alert to this chart, it won't let me because I'm in replay mode, but I'll show you how to do it. You can actually set an alert on when that line crosses the ribbon. So if I wanted to go for a buy, like here, look, we get across of the ribbon here, and then we get across here, don't we? So if I was going to go for a buy, I want the moving average line to be blue for buy. I want it to be underneath the ribbon. So when this cross happens there, or maybe would have happened like there, a candle or two before, but anyway, it's a 1 minute chart, remember, so you only got to look at it 2-3 minutes, even if you take it back there. That is where we could potentially get in, isn't it, for a buy? So I would get in, and let's supposing I'm a bit slow and I get in, even if I got in there, right, which is late. A minute is a long time, especially if you're hanging. What is it? My maths teacher, Mr. Dival, he always used to say a minute's a long time if you're hanging from your eyelid on a rusty razor blade. I don't know I don't know what he did to kids in his spare time or in detention. Well, that's the sort of thing that he used to say. So I would put my stop loss personally down there. And that would give me easy 1%. If I were to put my straightforward Forex on, can you see I could actually put my stop loss probably a lot tighter, and it would give me either there, right, or I don't know why it keeps doing that. Oh,
Is that with your HMA coloured at 175?
that's 100 at the minute.
I just wanted to remind you, James Leone did 144.
Okay, I'll try 144 then in the middle. That might be the answer then, actually.
Because you got your hold set at 55, and he had a 55 EMA, if you remember.
Yeah.
Basis of his.
What are we on? 100. I'll leave it on 100 now because I'm trying to explain what I'm doing. So I'm not going to go and find that again. But look, so let's turn off the straightforward Forex even. So for a sell, we want the moving average above the ribbon, correct? Thanks to Helen. So none of this works, right? We'll get Helen's address and we'll all go around. But so if I was looking at this one here,
you bring a bottle of wine with you, that's fine.
Oh, I heard she had a drink problem. Can't leave it alone. So, so definitely, there is a definite split here. So if you sat watching it, you'd get an alert around here somewhere, right? And again, I'll show you how to set that up in a bit. So you'd get an alert around here somewhere. Look, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Anywhere around there, you could get in, couldn't you? So let's just say we got in there arbitrarily, all right? And where would you put your stop loss, guys? Would you put it there, or would you put it there, or would you put it up there
Put it on the whole.
on the hull?
No, sorry, the HMA coloured. I do apologise. The HMA coloured.
Well, they all cross there, don't they? So I would tend to go, look, can you see you got all these candles there where the price is kind of stuck? I tend to put it there, previous high, which is basically kind of what David's saying anyway, put it on the hull. But I'm just wondering if you put it on the hull, can you see that gap? If I stretch my chart, because that gap's looks like it's got bigger, and now it's got a lot bigger. Now it's got even bigger. So I would use the candles personally, guys, because the candles will always, that will always be a straight line, no matter how you got the scale on your chart. But I am looking for the cross of the hull and the ribbon. Put it that way, the two hulls. So there would be my personal stop loss. Now that is only 1.2 pips, and I know we keep saying about spread. We'll have a go at doing it live in a minute, maybe. But my point is, all the way down to there is a 1 to 4. Do you think you ought to be able to get at least a 1% out of that? And I know Anne Quinn has been setting, I don't know if Anne's on, I know Anne has been setting stop losses. I personally wouldn't set a stop loss. I might set a stop loss up here somewhere as an emergency stop loss. But when you're scalping, it's a bit different. You just go for it, generally. And then we get across here, don't we? The ribbon has crossed the line, but what colour is the hull moving average?
Red.
So if I was to take a buy here with that being red, I might want to check I might want to go for psychiatric evaluation. Right.
Okay.
So
The cross might be flagging that something's going to happen shortly.
yeah, it could be a good indicator, actually. Yeah, it's a good point to go and watch it. And you'll see when we set the alert, we would get an alert there. So here we got the cross, and then the line changes here. Right. So again, no other indicators. You'd probably get in there. Look, that's a whole that candle forms. That definitely will be blue. So you get in there. Now, where would you put your stop loss? Tell you where I put mine, under all those flat bits there. Which again is only a pip, but with a potential there. If we go to the top of that wick of exactly a 1 to 5, I ought to be able to get at least 1, 1.5, 2, 3 out of that. We get the cross here. This one's a bit more tricky, I would say. So red, and it's crossing. So I'm looking here. I'd get in round about maybe. It's not crossed yet, has it? Can you see it's in it, but it hasn't actually crossed, has it? What I'm looking for is this. That's what I'm looking for, like a gap. That isn't really a cross yet to me. That isn't a cross. There's a cross because you've got the gap. All right. So this one's a bit trickier. I would be looking to get in somewhere around here when there is a definite gap. So it would be a short position, let's say there. Right. I get in halfway through that candle. Right. Make it a bit worse. Now, this one's a bit trickier for stop loss. Because there's not like a definitive sort of few straight ones until you get to there. Look, there's a definite support resistance level there, isn't there? Because those three there, look, can you see they're flat? And I'd be looking to try and keep it tight. That would be the more obvious choice. And that's 4.9 pips, which is actually quite a lot on a 1 minute chart. But even so, even if I did take that, I might chicken out and get out here, look, when it's all stuck. But if I didn't chicken out and I just walked away and left it, 2% easy. And with that one, we talk about spread and stuff affecting things. That's 5 pips is quite a decent stop loss. That's not too bad, is it? even if I had a couple of pips on for spread or whatever, you get 2% out of that one. Easy. So we get a cross, and that, to be honest, is where you probably want to look to get out if you weren't out already. You might decide to get out there because that goes blue. Now that brings us on to why I went for 175, because I think if I put that to 175 and you watch that bit there, let's see what happens. You see, it takes out that to-ing and fro-ing. So I'm going to try it at 144. Well remembered, David Kahn. Yeah, and there we go. 144 might be the setting. Because again, it's there. You get the cross. That's not really going to make any difference to that trade there, is it? So let's leave it at 144. So again, sell. We've got the ribbon goes to green for buy, but actually the hull's red, so I'd be a fool, wouldn't I? You said I am. So again, now there's a cross there. This is kind of a cross, isn't it? But there, look, that changes color. Long position. The moving average is below the ribbon. That's what we want for a buy. So that changed color on that candle there. So I'm probably going to get in there, unfortunately. If I'm doing it live, I probably would get in there. I would probably put my stop loss there and I would lose that trade, I think. Let's put that back where it was. I would probably lose that trade. Because I'd be hoping to get about a 2%, at least a 1 out of it. And as you can see, it came down. So I'd lose that one. This is where it gets tricky. What time? Oh, I see. This is middle of the night. Let's go for daytime. 8 o'clock in the morning. There we go. 6 o'clock. That one we'd probably lose. Cross is there. Actually, it didn't cross, did it? Cross there. I put my stop loss on those lows. Could have got a 1% roughly.
I know you've got the crosses, but are you still aiming for your whole moving average to be above and below?
Yeah.
So would you actually have taken that previous one that lost?
If I'm following the rules, that is technically a buy, isn't it?
But the previous one, am I going mad?
What, this one?
Yeah.
Well, ribbons above the blue moving average.
Oh yes, okay. Yep, sorry. Okay, you're right.
Yeah. When you
Yeah.
back test this, you can't see it, can you, Helen? I'm like my eyes go crazy, but
Or the whole moving average, which one is it?
so you go to indicators and you go hull MA.
Yeah, and there's
Okay,
about
that's the one
3 or
I've got.
4.
Sorry?
Mohammed, is it?
That's the one I've got on, I believe, yeah.
So
Oops.
that's not in my list.
You might that's in my favorites, which is why it's at the top. So
I've got it. Oh no, I've got it.
Yeah, yeah.
I've got it, yeah.
Let me put
Thank
another
you.
one on. Yeah, that is the same one by the looks of it. 55. And it is different to the whole suite,
Yeah.
which is good. Right. So what time's that? 8 in the morning. Where were we? This one, we lost track. Let's go here then. So we get the hull, but the moving average is still red. So here's where I'm interested.
When you do certain pairs, I'm a firm believer in doing them only at certain times.
I find, yeah, sort of mid-morning for us, it does go a bit crazy. But look at this beauty. So 4.4 pip stop loss, because I'm targeting these lows, previous lows, as my stop loss. I'm going to get in when this crosses, which is round about here somewhere, and 2%. Now, what David says there about doing it at a certain time, I think one thing you can sort of get good at is, I know early mornings generally pretty good for us. It's when Silver Bullet is, Crossfire is. There's generally some moves, and if you can go in and get it done, great. But if you're Julie, who works like a gazillion hours a week, or you're in another part of the world on a different time zone, you just have to get good at trading when it's good for you. And if it consolidates at a particular time of day, but you know it consolidates, that's still pretty decent, actually, because you can just ride the wave. Hull moving average goes red, but we want it to be above the ribbon. Is it above the ribbon? Yeah, certainly a minute or two after. So let's go worst case. Let's supposing I get in at the bottom here. Getting a bit premature, getting there. I would probably want to put my stop loss. Previous highs are all around there, look. One of those debatable ones again, but that definitely would have taken me out. So I would have lost that one. And this is now what basically I've just been saying. I know that kind of up until the run up to midday, it generally we get consolidation in the UK. I suppose everybody's gearing up. So ribbon changes, get the crossover. I probably would have lost that one. Probably would have lost. No, because I need that red to be above for a sell, don't I? So this one here, then, if it was a buy, long position, that's the cross. I probably wouldn't even bother getting in that one because it's a 10 pip stop loss on a 1 minute chart. Nah, ridiculous. What about this one then? Yeah, red, and it's over the ribbon. I'll get in there. Probably could have got in a bit sooner. I put my stop loss there with those highs. What's that? 2%. Easy. Easy peasy. This one looks like a bastard because that might have stopped me out. So got the blue MA. It's below the ribbon for a buy. Okay. When that changes, we can see that it's already happened. It's already looking like a good trade. I know Anne's been using imbalance as well. So it looks like, is there imbalance? No, actually there isn't. But I would put my stop loss there. Does that make sense under those lows? Well, there's 2.14, and that's before that spike. So that's what I'm that's what I'm working on, guys. What do you think? Does that seem like the easiest strategy ever?
It looks awesome to me. If I can just sort it all out, I got to watch this again.
Yeah. But just two things on your chart.
Well, it is a variation on dynamic edge. The more I look
probably, but one of the things that got me with James Leone, David, was his checklist of about 5 or 6 things. Because I would look like here, maybe it goes red. Yeah, it's going above the ribbon. So let's suppose I get in like here or here, even short position. So let's suppose I get in. I want to be really sure. Let's suppose I get in there, look, because I can see the gap. As soon as I can see a gap, I'm interested. If I want to be really cautious, I put my stop loss there, but actually I wouldn't. I'd probably put it here. But even if I put it there, I've got plenty of time to get out when all this is going on. And I might get out when the ribbon changes, the hull changes there, look. Or the ribbon when it changed there. So I could have got 1% roughly out of that. I probably would have got out somewhere around here. So I probably would have got at least 1%. But the thing is, when I was looking at James's checklist, I'm like, oh, I've missed that entry. I've missed that move. And because it's so tight. So when we put this together, I'm still in the same position, aren't I? Because I can go vertical line down. And I can go, well, I got the change, but is there well, that's on the middle, so that's no good. That's kind of looks like it's going the right direction. That looks good though. So yeah, I'll definitely get in there. But by the time you've worked it all out, I think a lot of us, our brains don't work at lightning speed.
Those indicators are more or less doing the same job as your 144 and your hull.
Yes. And that's why I always try and simplify. So they kind of are, and I don't think we need all these. The WADAR ATAR is good because that's telling me there's momentum in that trade. Whereas if I look here, look, can you see where it's to and fro in? I can see there's no momentum. But that one, if you look at it, where I drew that line in, can you see the difference in the histogram? The histogram's down, look. The line's already below, and the histogram is strong. All of these others where it's to in and fro in, the histogram's not very strong, is it? So there might be something on this, and I might even see if we can work out, like, I know people like rules, we might even say, well, if it goes below that line or something. Actually, it's already put a coloured area in for us. Right, so how do you set alerts? If I turn off the replay mode, watch this. Set your faces to stunned. There's two things you can do if you can find your chart. There you go. So let's turn off the fair value gap. So add an alert, right? You can say when the Hull MA crosses and the value you put in is my Hull suite once per bar. And every time you get across, it will give you an alert. And like Helen said, sometimes it might be that is like a forewarning that something's going to change. So you can do that. Right click, add alert. I don't know with the Hull suite. If you want to do it with the Hull, every time the Hull changes, look, you can do Hull trending up, Hull trending down. So you could just set 2 alerts on your charts for that as well. So you can either set an alert when it crosses or when the Hull suite changes color. It would be nice if we could find a Hull MA that would give you an alert when it changed trend, actually, wouldn't it? Let's see if there is one. And ultimately, I might try and get one programmed for us. Ooh, buy sell arrows. We all like a buy sell arrow, don't we?
What's your thought on adding the PSAR?
Yeah, we can try it. Let's just turn these off a minute. So I've just got this Hull MA and warning zones. I don't know what it does. Oh, so Chris and Rosie, you know, you were saying, can you tell me what they all do? If you go and you add an indicator, you see these 3 dots at the side. It will say about this script is one of the options. And quite often, it will tell you exactly what it does. You go, this moving average in contrast to the standard shows a slowdown of the current trend. Draws additional, and this one's got some additional. That's one way, and the other way, you know, is go to Google. What is a Hull MA in Forex? You go, extremely fast and smooth moving average developed by Alan Hull. It minimizes the lag of traditional moving average while retaining the smoothness of the moving average line. There you go. That's what it is and why we had it.
Thank you, Paul.
No worries. But that's what I do, guys. I'm no genius, honestly. Some of you are on to me. Some of you know that already. But there you go. So let's just have a look. See what this is like then with its buy sell arrows. Use current chart resolution for second MA. Seems to have like these spikes on, and they're not. I take it it's putting. Oh, are they the arrows for buy sell? Let's put that 100. Yeah, they're for the. Oh, they are arrows. Look, yeah, now you can see. I won't worry about changing them at the minute. Right click, add alert on Hull MA and warning zones. Oh no, that doesn't give us an alert either. Look. Only when it's the same sort of an alert. You can't, you know, unfortunately, you'd have thought, wouldn't you, that it would give you arrows. You'd have thought that would have given you a nice alert, wouldn't you? However, the source code is available.
Well,
So
when you go to Fiverr and get them to make it one for you, you can-
yeah, we could get that made into one if these are any blooming good. So let's go on 7.5 because that smooths out some of the noise. Still got noise here, look. So that would be a good one. That actually would have worked if you put your stop loss like either there or there. That one's too slow, isn't it? Yeah, that doesn't seem much cop to me. Don't know about you guys. Time frame for second MA standard. Oh, hang on, we're on the 1 minute chart. Let's put that to the 5 minute chart. Oh, I see. Ah. Oh, no, that changes the game somewhat. That is the 5 minute, if I understand that right. The second MA trend line is the 5 minute one. So I'm on the 1 minute chart, but I'm looking at my 5 minute trend. That might be useful. So when that's green, would I want to take any sells? Wave up. That's 2:18 in the morning. Let's not do that because I'll be asleep at 2:18 in the morning. Well, actually, I'm not always asleep at 2 a.m. in the morning. I'd like to be asleep 2 a.m. in the morning. Long position, wave up. So you're getting on the candle after. Just testing a quick theory, live as it happens. %, yeah. Thanks very much. Wave up. Yeah, I'd lose that one. Get on the candle after. Stop loss on the bearish engulfing. Yeah, I'd lose. That's a loss. Wave down. Don't take it. You'll be an idiot because the 5 minute one's green. Wave up. Bearish engulfing is there. Would have got no. Okay, just test, just an idea. No good. Don't work. Unless 6.6. That's fine. That would work. That would work, I think. That one still wouldn't. That one wouldn't. No, okay. Just testing something real quick. Right, so is this adding any value to us or not then, really?
I think it's awesome, man. I'm learning a lot. I have to tighten my belt strap here. Hold on.
Well, I'm just trying, let's just try and get it back to simple, simple, simple. So the hull suite. I don't want it to be too messy. So what's the band filter? There we go. So let's turn those down. So these arrows are doing me no favors. Are they any of you? Here's where we get, where's the actual cross? The actual cross where that line goes underneath the ribbon is actually over here, isn't it? Anybody got any thoughts on whether this is useful or not? The only thing I like about it is it gives me the 5-minute trend.
The thing you had the other day, the TSI indicator, I like that.
Yeah, that's still on here. I'll show you. Does it tell you how to? There are arrows to enter a position, and the second is the same for moving average on another time frame, which can be selected in the settings. Oh, that's no different. So, you know, if we go back to this, look, there's my TSI. Hide that. Hide that. The thing I don't like about this is the bloody arrows. So let's take the arrows off. If you go into style, untick, untick. So if I'm looking for a, like here, for example, that's red and it's above the ribbon, the whole ribbon. So that says cell, doesn't it? That screams cell. And the TSI is underneath as well. But what does the 5-minute tell me? Five minutes says bye, so don't get into a cell. So then you get the cross here, and now we're in alignment because I can see that the 5-minute is a buy. Long position, get in somewhere around there, put your stop loss. There's worst case. And 2% is there. And it hits it. So you would have got a 2% out of that.
Paul, is the 5-minute average you've got there going to keep us trading with the trend, or is it going to stop us getting out of those that are only going to be a little one going the wrong way?
I'm probably hoping a bit of both, to be honest, because here, look, that says sell, doesn't it? The moving average goes above the ribbon. The ribbon's a bit thin, but you know. But if I don't have the 5-minute chart on, the 5-minute trend, I could be tempted to take that one. So in this case, it's keeping me out of it, but also it could keep me in. It can keep me in as well. So if I'm in this trade there and I see this is still staying green, it kind of doesn't matter how many sells I get. I should ignore them, and it gives me the confidence to stay in and get my 2%. That's what I'm hoping.
Okay.
Another thing you could try, Paul, is Super Trend.
Yeah, I put that on Friday night when I was messing around.
And put it on. You can change it to just the 5-minute time.
Super
Trend.
Let's see. There's a few super trends. Explorer Screener. It's got a lot of likes.
If you put the one on that's in straightforward Forex, you can also still have your wave up and wave down if you want to as well.
I'm trying not to complicate my charts.
It just seems a shame to let go of SFF when we've put so much into it.
Well, yeah, but that's the sunk cost fallacy in play there, where you've invested so much into something you don't want to let it go. Even though I don't want to let it go either, but I'm trying to keep everything simple, simple, simple. So what I'll do is I'll get this cracking thanks to you and Anne and everybody who gives feedback. And then maybe it will become part of SFF.
Okay.
Because we can build it in or have SFF version 2 this time it's personal.
I cannot get my HMA with warning zones to look like yours.
Yeah, but I'm talented, aren't I?
That background green line just looks awful on mine.
Well, call me old school, but I love the Super Trend. It's been good to me in the last year.
Super Trend. So that just the built-in Super Trend. Oh god. I suppose Black Friday's coming. I'll turn off the further I need that. So indicators, Super Trend. And you can, I believe, time frame 5 minute. So if I put that on the 5 minute, it gives you, oh, can you turn, I think there used to be a way. Yeah, if you untick, wait for time frame closes. Make that a bit thicker. Make that a bit thicker. Here we go. Here we go. Right. So if I turn off that one and I put just the straight line on, look. And what I will do is I'll make them all blue and green, or all blues or all greens to match ultimately. But how are we looking now? So what about if you just took when the hull, you see, this is back testing. I enjoy this. I enjoy this more than I do trading, trying to work it out. So my Columbo head on, being a detective. So
and we should a lot more because everybody should be back testing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just one more thing.
Yeah, that's do you know that was a
I'm a Columbo fan too.
That if you don't know was they'd written this scene and they filmed it and they were meant to, they realized that it didn't, something in the story didn't work, so they needed to redo something and they were going to redo the whole scene, and then somebody said, why doesn't he just go just one more thing, because it saved them a lot of filming and stuff, and they went, so that's how it came about that. So Super Trend on the 5 minute is green. What about if we just use this and went, well, when that's blue and that's green, i.e. they're both saying the same. There's some nice moves.
That Super Trend fall, it seems a long way out.
It's the 5 minute one, remember?
Okay.
I'll change it to chart. Sorry, chart.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see. Yeah. Sorry, didn't appreciate this.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's having
the Super
So
Trend.
what about then when your Super Trend then crosses? So you've got your hull and your suite, you've got your MA and your whole suite, and then you've got your Super Trend crossing as well. If you've got it on the 1 minute,
you're reading my mind.
So I'm looking at it now, and if I look at 12:40 today, for example, depending on your setting on the Super Trend, my Super Trend and my whole suite and my HMA all cross, and it does that big drop down. So there, where your orange line is, I think is about it.
Have you still got your whole MA at 100?
I believe so. Let me check. No, I changed it to 144.
Okay. 144.
So I've got 55 on the suite, 144, and a Super Trend, which I've just put on, which I haven't changed my settings on yet.
So you got it on the chart then, which should be one.
If you changed it to something, well, it's the multiplier that makes the difference, I think.
If you're doing Supertrend on the 1 minute, you want to change it from 3 to 1, the ATR on Supertrend.
Or the factor, ATR or factor, look.
The factor, the 1.
Oh, okay. The one I've got on has got a multiplier on it as well, and that's what makes the difference for me.
Okay, so is it 100 on the HMA colored, or should I use the HMA?
Try 144, Benny, for the experimenting with this.
Okay.
I did 175 and got some great results, and then it didn't seem so good today. Helen had it at 100 from her testing. 144 is in the middle, so it would seem sensible if we at least started with that, I think.
Okay, thank you.
So 144 on the Hull MA. Now Supertrend is what we've got to get working right. And if we could just do it with Supertrend. You see, what I'm always trying to avoid is like here, that one looks okay, especially there, but you'd lose. So that's no good. And what about this ATR? If we turn that down, 5. Which Supertrend are you using, Helen?
The one by just a minute, demo. I've got 2 that I use, and one is by Everget, and the other one, which has got 40,000 followers, which I always think is quite good, is by Kivank Aussie Bill.
Oh, yeah.
Here.
It's just a straightforward. It's just called Supertrend. That's it. But it's got 40,000 followers. That's it.
Okay, guys, got to go. See you later on in the week.
Are you on tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, aren't you?
Yeah, tomorrow and tomorrow, Wednesday, just on the YouTube, but on Thursday at 3 o'clock, I shall put the link in the normal place if anybody wants to jump on as well. Doing the silver bullet, okay?
Awesome. Thank you, David.
Thanks, David.
Okay.
Right. Here we go.
So I've got that at 0.8 at the minute.
8.
So forgive me a second on that Supertrend. I'm not pulling that one up exactly like that. I'm not. Which one is it, if you don't mind?
No, I'll tell you next Monday, Benny.
Okay.
Just type in Supertrend, look.
Yep, I did.
And you're looking for the one with 40,145 followers. So it's Kivan C. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not picking that. I'm not picking that one up. I'm picking the one the best I got is 15,000. So
it's just oh, hang on, that it's under community scripts. It's a standard one. It's built in. So you should have it. It's not built in, but it's part of the market.
No worries.
Trading View Zone one.
Yeah, there's Trading View Zone one, but this one should be there for you, Benny.
Yeah, I'm just the top one is Supertrend strategy 15359, and then it goes down from there. So I don't want to hold up the call. Go ahead.
But do you have a separate heading for community scripts?
They're not necessarily in numerical order, Benny. You have to scroll through them all.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. My bad. Thank you so much.
If you keep scrolling, Benny, it should be there.
There it is. Okay, that's what I needed. Community script. I got it. Thank you.
But I've got other ideas. Guys. Supertrend multi-time frame, Hikinashi. So that's on auto. That's on 5 minute. The same. This one, I believe, Michael Martin's group used.
Oh, well, I got to get in on that. That's pretty impressive, at least.
You're on the 1 minute, so obviously it gets more volatile the more you go down. But the idea is to get something quick. but maybe we could try it on like the 5 minute as well.
USD, oh, it is.
Look at that. Was that Friday? Yeah, that was Friday. On 5. So anyway, so we're over time. Let's just recap, and then you guys can have a play and let me know. So I'm going to turn off Super Trend. The fundamental thing that I'm looking at the minute is Hull Suite by Insilico. Has everybody got that? And the setting is 55 in there. Everything else I haven't changed. I might have gone into style and just up the colors a little bit, but that's it. Everybody got that? Shout out if not. All right. The other one is the Hull MA. And you just go and you search for Hull MA, and it's Mohammed 982 with 3,300 followers. So there it is. And the setting on that one that we're using at the minute is 144. Now, fundamentally, to try and keep it simple, right? At the minute, when the Hull Suite crosses the Hull moving average, red on top of the ribbon is a sell, blue beneath the ribbon is a buy. That is fundamentally what I'm experimenting with on the 1 minute time frame as the basis for a trade. And a lot of these would work, get at least 1% out of them. But what we're trying to do now is avoid the ones that would lose, like this one. Well, that probably would have worked, but some of them are, by the time the cross happens, that would be a great one. This wouldn't be such a good one because the cross happens there. So what we're trying to do now is, if you guys can find something that you think, like, do I only want to get in when there's a break of a trend? In which case, there's the break. The cross happens. No, it still won't work. Yeah, but a super trend sounds like a good option. We've also got the TSI, which is a good option. TSI, there are my settings. And the TSI is good for showing, blue on top with red for a buy, red for a sell. But fundamentally, you're looking for it to be above the white line for a buy, below the white line for a sell. So like this one here, look, you get the cross. That's already good. Yeah, we need to, that's consolidation anyway. When was that? Monday, 10 o'clock. That one's beautiful. So super trend, I like the idea of super trend, perhaps on a higher time frame. There's another one, isn't there? Super trend. My computer's gone slow. Hang on. Pressing keys and it's not working. Symbol, an indicator. Right, super trend.
So second for 40,000.
Yeah, Kevin Osblick. I haven't tried the Everget one yet. I'm not trying. Oh, I think I did, didn't I? I put it up briefly. But there's this one, multi-time frame auto. I think, was that the one I tried? But I mean, there's lots of super trends on it. Explorer, Screener, super trend moving averages. Looks algo is good. Look, AI. Is that AI? Don't know what EP means. So again, Chris and Rosie's question, like how, what do they do and everything. If I click that and then go to about this script, click the 3 dots about this script. I think he's usually pretty good at telling you. Novel take on bridging the gap between the K means clustering machine learning method and technical indicators. No, I still don't know what it means. K means clustering to the famous super trend indicator. So what I would do is I would learn what K means clustering is. I'll go into my friend Google. I mean, you guys obviously all know. That sounds like a complaint you need to get some cream for and apply
Yes.
privately, doesn't it? Have you got your clustering again? Oh yeah, it's bad. Today I can't sit down.
I've been trying to quit clustering, but I just can't get away from it.
Unsupervised learning method that attempts to partition observational data into separate subgroups or clusters. There you go. It's just a way of analysing a lot of data then. So let's see how it does. Let's see if it tells us anything. I'm not sure what the numbers mean. Anything with AI in it at the minute, we're all sort of pre-programmed, aren't we, to go, ooh, it's got AI. Even though it's rubbish half the time. And my about this script isn't showing for some reason. I'll have to try that later. But there you go, guys. So, oh, there we go. Fundamentally, the cross is looking good. Performance metrics. Right, the displayed performance metrics on each signal allow for a deeper interpretation of the indicator. Higher values could indicate a higher potential for the market to be heading in the direction of the trend when compared to signals with lower values, 1 or 0, potentially indicating retracements. Right, so the higher the number, the better. So let's go and have a look. I won't read all the technical stuff. So if we look at this and we say, there's a number 4, that's quite high, isn't it? And it's rubbish, it's not worked. So now we need to mess around with these. ETR 5 doesn't seem to change anything. But it's still thinking, still working it out because it's analysing all the data. Okay. There's a 2 and it kind of worked. There's a 2 and it kind of worked. There's a 3 and it definitely worked. There's a 4. No, that's rubbish. That's rubbish. You take a lot of playing around with it. But that's what I do, guys, when I'm playing around, trying to find something. But fundamentally, I think there's something there in the cross. Then it's just a case of trying to work something that's going to help us get in the right trend all the time. Super trend does seem like an obvious idea, doesn't it?
Yes.
Super trend range, super trend oscillator. Oh. Oh, super.
Well, I have to go. Thank you.
Yeah, I've got to go as well.
See you all soon.
Yeah, I'll see you on Wednesday, guys. I'm going to go. Any last questions?
I'll catch up with you later, Paul. I'll
Yeah. Okay.
that one.
We'll see how that went. That didn't work,
Okay.
did it? Super trend. Super trend
Oh.
channels looks algo.
Oh.
Oh, they're at the bottom.
Well, when you've finally decided which ones are on and which ones are off and which numbers you're using and which directions they're going,
Then you'll swoop in and take
Checklists.
advantage. And at that point is
I'm only asking, you know.
yeah, we'll do all the hard stuff, guys. Don't you worry. We'll do all the testing here, and then
Okay.
you can.
We've got
Yeah.
an idea.
Yeah, not
that
a problem. Not a problem.
We've
But-
got an idea ourselves that we thought, well, we're not going to complicate things. We'll have a look at it separately. So if it does anything, we'll come back to you. So
Yeah,
we're
yeah, it will.
going.
It will. I don't like this channel one either. But there you go. So fundamentally, you're all with me. You see what I'm trying to do. When the moving average is below the ribbon, it's a buy. When it's above the ribbon, it's a sell. And like that was beautiful. That worked. That maybe not. This one beautiful. You get some really nice moves. 2%'s like easy peasy, and some not so good. And that's what I'm trying to refine. But fundamentally, there's something in that. All right, guys. I'll see you Wednesday.
Hey, Paul, real quick,
Yes.
on the whole MA, one word, input settings, I'm showing, default to 16. Did you have that at 144?
Yeah, 144. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
No
Thank you
worries.
so much. God bless you. Bye-bye.
See you all later. Bye.
Right.